Last week, I was cleaning out a drawer and I found this old Muji notebook, my diary from 3 years ago. And I ended up just sitting on the floor reading it for like an hour. Honestly, it was a really strange experience. So in today's video, I want to share two pieces with you. The first one is kind of a funny one. There was a job that almost broke me and a CEO who wanted to put a blinking light on a commercial app. But the second one is a lot deeper and I had to read twice. It's a thought that I completely forgot that I had, but somehow it answered a few questions that I've carried over the past years. Chapters are below if you want to skip ahead. And before I start, if you enjoy slower, more reflective videos like this, a like or even a subscribe would mean a lot to me because I'm still in the very early stage of this channel. So thank you for sticking around for the early ones. Okay, first entry. The first one is from late 2023, and at that time I was working in a small startup, and in a diary I was basically falling apart. I wrote about how I couldn't sleep and my body was reacting to the stress, like dizziness and shortness of breath. And there was a really funny part, well, funny now, not funny then, there was a CEO who has a background in electrical engineering, and he had this crazy idea of putting a blinking light on the top right corner of the app, and so it kind of indicates the status of your goal tracking. If it's red, then you're not really on top of your goals, but if it's green, that means you're all good. And sometimes the idea would change and then we had to work around the clock or even overtime to keep up, and the next day everything just changed again. And reading it now, to be honest, I just kept thinking it's really not that serious. Well, it surely wasn't a good experience, I'm not gonna pretend that it was, but it's not the end of the world. Something I couldn't see at that time that is really obvious now is that this is just one chapter in my life, and like all chapters, it ends and begins a new one. And after that experience, I actually ended up in a much happier place with a manager that's absolutely amazing. And this is something only diaries do and not really anything else, is that it shows you time can almost resolve everything. So remember back then, back in high school or middle school, if you fail at an exam, it was literally end of the world. It was like a huge deal. But now when you look back on it, it's literally just a joke that you tell your friends in a dinner party, because the weight is gone. Like no matter how serious something might sound at this moment, eventually it will pass, it will all go away, and it will just become another entry in your diary that you read after 5 years. Okay, here's a different entry, and this one hit me completely different. It's from October 2023, and I don't even remember how it kicked off, but for some reason I was writing about Plato's cave. Let me try to translate part of it roughly. I've been thinking about Plato's cave and how it might explain the two systems of thinking, fast and slow. The way we perceive the world is really just a kind of projection. The impression someone has of you might be anything like we actually are. It's like observation in quantum physics. They only show us the side you're looking at, and what we see is just an image of what we observed. And then later, so even if we feel like we should be a certain way, the other people perceive us might be completely different, because each person stands and locks in a particular position, so no one can fully know you. To them, you're just a projection on the wall of their cave. And after reading that, to be honest, I kind of just sat there for a moment, because for some reason I think it answered a questions that I've been carried around for many years. So like I have friends who complain to me about their work, about their relationship, families, etc. And what's puzzled me is like, why is there always so much chaos everywhere? All the time. Like I have friends who work at really big companies, so literally they only hire the smartest of the smartest on the market, and they have decades of management research on how they can bring people together. And all of the instances in life just make me wonder why people are really bad at understanding people, even if it's the same species. And I think that kind of answered it, because we can only view something from a particular angle. And it is just an illusion that we think that we know everything and every bit about something or someone. It's almost like the laws of physics, that we're just literally not able to view something from every single angle, and we're just locked in on a particular position that we stand in. And another interesting part is that we cannot really understand ourselves, because even if we experience everything that we experience every day, we see and hear everything, we can't just step back and observe everything of us. So we're still stuck in our own cave. The idea was in my head in 2023, and if I hadn't written it down, it would just be gone. Like I wouldn't know that it had existed in the very first place. And I just wonder how much this has been happening every single day, about how many ideas that was flowing in my head are just completely gone because we didn't record them. So the entry almost felt like a version of me that was actually lost. Not in a dramatic way, but like I wouldn't know that she has gone. So yeah, that's what reading my old journal feels like. So I think first part is how things are actually a lot smaller than they were at the moment. And then the second one just made me realize how much I've lost by not recording and writing myself. So I'm actually really happy that I'm starting this YouTube channel. It's a kind of a really magic way to keep a journal or to keep a channel, because it kind of opens a portal to your past, your present, and your future. So maybe me in 10 years, 20 years, when she opens the drawer or opens this channel, she will be meeting someone by surprise. So if you have moments like this where you are reading something and just do not recognize who you are, please leave your experience in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.